Hello everyone and welcome to Rob's Gaming Table. Today on the table we have a top 8 match from Canadian Nationals that was accidentally posted earlier as a top 16 match. I realized I did not record the top 16 matches other than what was on the live stream. So this is actually a top 8 match. On the left we have Kyle Duncan, on the right we have Sean Emberley from Beyond the Wall fame. I will put it back to the previous commentary that I did on the match so you guys can listen to that. So if I mention top 16, I mean top 8.
Do you keep this? If these were 4 blank cards, I think this is close enough.
5 out of the top 8 from the tournament were Lannister Dragon. But we also had, I think, 3 Baratheon decks make the top 16.
I've gotten much worse.
Plus a Night's Watch, I believe. I can't remember exactly. I'd have to take a look, but I'm sure you guys can find that on Jousting Pavilion. I could leave the link in the description below. I'll try to remember to do that, so you guys can check below. We have Jamie Lannister, a Lannisport merchant, and a Kings Road set up on the left for Kyle. And on the right, Sean has set up a duplicated Magister Illyrio, Sir Jorah Mormont, and a Kings Road of his own. So this is single elimination. Whoever wins goes on to the top 8. Whoever loses goes home crying. And this is day 2 of the tournament, so all the Swiss was held on the first day. And I did get 2 games per round of the Swiss recorded. Those are up on the channel in a playlist. So if you want to go back and watch some games from the Canadian National Swiss, you can do so. They are all posted at this point, and we are now in the cut, which I should have 2 or 3 games from each round posted coming up, obviously for the top 16, top 8. And then I'll post the videos from the top 4 and the finals, so stay tuned for those.
Would I like to what?
Do the flip. Or do you want to roll down?
So they both play 0 initiative plots. Both have Kings Road, so they do tie on initiative. They're talking about flipping coins.
Oh, we're both going to roll?
We're rolling dice.
I roll.
It's a 6. You'll do 4.
So it looks like Sean on the right wins the die roll and chooses who goes first.
You can play first, my friend.
And it looks like Kyle on the left's going first. He's going to do his summons. And on the right we have a Noble Cause, reducing the Lord or Lady by 2, the first one that he plays.
Sweet summer child.
Probably for a merchant.
You know, that's actually the pros so plays.
Yep.
Chud Fodder, Reducer, comes in for free.
Yep.
He's a steward as well. So if you want Night's Watch tricks.
And it looks like he grabbed a copy of Tywin for the summons.
Reducer without merchant, trade.
He's a pretty good character, I've heard.
Yeah, Tywin. I cancel.
Shocking play.
Ricken.
So you hear Sean being a smartass there, trying to say he's going to cancel the summons.
That's even better than canceling.
And if you want to hear some other smartass remarks, you can listen to him on the Beyond the Wall podcast, which is actually on a holiday break right now, and I don't think they'll post another episode till January or February of 2017. But you can definitely go back and listen to their other episodes. They did have a good closer episode for the season.
When I count, which is not now.
It's not now, no.
So Kyle on the left's going first here. He's marshalling. He's got 4 gold from his plot, plus the Lannisport Merchant, which we just saw knelt there to play another Lannisport Merchant. And he does have that Kings Road down at the bottom row there, which he is popping right now. And he's going to throw Tywin into play using the Lannisport Merchant and the Kings Road. And the gold, leaving 1 gold left. And that's going to be it. He passes over to the other Lanny Dragon player, Sean, on the right for his marshalling. He's going to collect 5 gold, plus he has the Noble Cause reduction and the King's Road of his own. But with 1 gold saved on the other side, that means he could treachery that King's Road. And inevitably choking him by 3 gold. So note to players, if you're playing against the Lannister deck and you want to pop off a King's Road you already have in play, do so by going first. Don't choose the opponent to go first. So that leaves them in control. They can save gold. They already have their gold. They can use it, but if you went first, they probably wouldn't even have any gold. And wouldn't be able to do it. And you could do it as your first action. So we got a Western Fiefdoms marshaled in. Let's play a Landsport Merchant. He's going to try his King's Road here. So Kyle's thinking about it, so he might have a Treachery in hand, or he's bluffing it.
You just say you don't have Treachery. I don't have Treachery.
And he says he doesn't have a Treachery.
Why am I saying
5, 6, 1.
So, or he's deciding not to use it.
Yes, 1.
And the Mountain is marshaled into play round 1 here. Milk of the Papillon Tywin. And it looks like he's sitting on 2 or 3 gold there. He's going to pass it over to Kyle on the left to challenge him. And he's got Jaime Lannister out there, so he can push through a military without kneeling. But you're staring at the Mountain. But he could lose on the defense. And the Mountain most likely is going to get a chance to trigger his pillage reaction here. Could we see it put to the sword go through? Kyle may have to pass just to leave Tywin and Jaime to possibly block a put to the sword from Jorah and the Mountain there. Or you can use that Goldie save for Illyrio to stand a character once per round. So you could see the Mountain used on defense. It's not holding the put to the sword, you might as well use the Mountain on defense and then on offense. So we got a military challenge fully blocked by the Mountain. Nightmares played. So he's not going to get renown, pillage, or any reaction.
No. That's your win. Or sorry, you don't have any other in this challenge?
Let me see. What can I play in response to military?
And yeah, 3 gold on Sean's side saved on his plot there. Thanks to Kyle for spreading that out.
You have 6 in hand? Well, 5. He played a reducer.
Passing me?
And it looks like that's it. He passes over to Sean on the right for his challenges. And we got a power challenge with Illyrio. Trying to get Tywin to kneel. No defenders. Kyle's not going to fall for it. So no power to claim off the house, though. Just gets unopposed bonus. And we got an intrigue for 4 with Ser Jorah.
Oh yeah, I guess you could just kneel time and win. You can kneel either. Do I have widows?
He's gonna pose with Jaime, try to protect the cards in hand. No. Oh, are we gonna see Widow's Wail played here?
I don't. You win. I'll trigger.
No, doesn't look like it is. We got an Illyrio standing the Mountain. And a military challenge for 10. Tywin is only a 6, no gold showing. So Tywin's going to be able to block the unopposed if he wants. Or he could leave him standing for dominance, just kill the Lannister Merchant. Remember, the Mountain is Nightmares, so his text box is blank. So he doesn't have to worry about the pillage, renown, or the reaction on the pillage.
Do I want us to both gain a counter, or do I want us to not gain a counter?
So he blocks the unopposed. Or not. And Kyle's just thinking here. So he's knelt Tywin just to think about keeping Tywin knelt or not.
Is that opposing?
Yeah.
And he's going to oppose.
Flame?
Flame is the Landsport Merchant, obviously. Unopposed power gain.
Stands.
And dominance goes to... Or not unopposed power gain, sorry, dominance power was gained there. On the right.
5, I think.
And they'll go around to the round 2 here. Both players playing very slow, careful, and calculated here. Don't want to make any mistakes. Mistake could cost you and get you eliminated from the tournament. Stakes are high. These players want to become the Canadian national champion. So if you haven't already done so and you're not awesome and you want to be awesome, you can achieve awesomeness by clicking the subscribe button below and achieve super awesomeness by clicking the little alarm bell button beside that subscribe button to be notified when we post videos and when we go live on the channel. Thank you to everyone who's already a subscriber. You guys are all amazing. And if you are, you can also support me by clicking that like button, leaving comments, sharing these videos in the Facebooks, the Reddits, the Twitters, whatever. If you see any of these games you think they're super awesome, you want other players to see them, share them on social media. I'd really appreciate that. It would help me out. And it looks like we had a confiscation played into Calm over Westeros. Getting rid of that Milk of the Poppy on Tywin.
And I'll say...
Star Wars for game players, that's 70 minutes. Time is starting now.
I'm first.
And I believe Kyle on the left has chosen Sean on the right to go first. He's just trying to decide his Calm over Westeros.
Military minus 1?
And I think he's chosen military. I could be wrong. He's not marking it with a token, so...
5.
So Sean on the right's going to marshal. 5 gold. He does have that merchant and the fiefdom. Fiefdom. Fiefdom, fiefdom. And another milk. Right back on Tywin Lannister. Round 2 removes the milk. So he might have that milk on him for the rest of the game unless we can get a Rattle Shirts Raiders out here, or if he's playing 2 confiscations, which doesn't usually happen. And Tyrion's in play.
Over to you, sir.
Over to Kyle on the left for marshalling. Not getting that Tywin money like he did. He chose his opponent to go first, so that's a risky play. If you want that Tywin gold, same logic applies with the King's Road that I mentioned from previous rounds. If you need to trigger that, you need that economy, if you're looking at your hand and you need it, you make sure you go first if you have the choice. I know all the cool kids are saying going second is the best, but you know, you have quite a few rounds in the game. Sometimes it's better to pick yourself to go first. But maybe he didn't need that economy. I don't know what's in his hand, so we will see here. But he's got 4 gold, and he's not quickly marshalling anything out, so I'm sure that caused some trouble, and he knows that Milk of the Poppy is choking his economy. So what does he marshal out with that 4 gold? A Rattle Shirts Raiders. Like I said, that will be able to get the attachment off, assuming he can win the military challenge.
Is that my challenges?
That is a key. He's got to win the military challenge on attack. So depending on what Sean does here, I don't think he can stop it. So what do we got? 6 from Tywin, 5 from Jamie. That's 11 plus 3 more from the Rattle Shirts. So that is 14 military on the left. And I see 14 military on the right. So there's no way Sean can stop it with what's on the board. But with Tyrion, he could gain a couple extra gold and maybe ambush in a Burnman. And there's that gold generated. Illyrio's going to attack. Intrigue for 4. Tyrion's going to gain that 2 gold. And maybe if he can get 2 more gold from another intrigue challenge, he might be able to use the Hound also if he has him in hand to prevent Tywin from losing that milk by the Rattle Shirts, triggering their ability winning a military challenge. So it's going to go unopposed. Look at that hand. Wow, that's a lot of cards. And he grabs a copy of Widow's Wail. So I guess that would have changed the math on the military challenge, but he loses that Widow's Wail. Might have another one, but he doesn't have gold to play it any, so cancel what I just said. It's definitely useless this round. No Tyrion out on the other side to just gain him money. To be able to play that kind of stuff. So we're going to see a little weenie power challenge here with the Lannisport Merchant. Trying to get Tywin to kneel to block it, but we're just going to get the Lannisport Merchant blocking the unopposed. No power to steal still. So it's slowing the game down for sure. So he gains nothing from that power challenge, but he does kneel the Merchant. Remember, he can use that 2 gold on Illyrio.
Military for 14.
So he's doing a 14 strength military with 2 gold showing. He's threatening to put to the sword. Now Kyle has to decide here. Does he try to block the put to sword?
5.
And then try to win with the Rattle Shirts? Or does he just have that 2 gold for Illyrio to stay in the mountain later? It's hard. Tough call here. That's why Kyle was asking how many cards Sean had in hand, and he did say 5. So there's a chance there's a put to the sword. Oh man, the stress. Glad I'm not playing in this game. Wow. And remember, if the mountain wins this, which he would, right? Ty goes the attacker. No gold remaining, so he can't ambush anything in or play a Widow's Wail. So the mountain's ability could trigger off here. Most likely will. Could hit a 6 cost, a 7, a 4, or a 1. And remove one of those characters from play also on top of claim. This could be devastating here for Kyle. He's going to lose someone to claim anyway, which most likely be the Lannisport Merchant. Yeah, very risky letting it if he lets it go unopposed. Also gaining 2 renown on Sean's side from Ser Jorah and the Mountain. So it's 14, so he'd have to block with 10 at least to stop a put to the sword, which he would have to kneel Jamie and Tywin, and he's going to do it. He's going to kneel him to play it safe.
Is it 11?
He's got to leave that milk on Tywin. So he poses for 11.
Then I believe I still win. Yeah. First thing would be responses, unopposed, claim.
So he's forgetting the betrayal token on Jorah when he said responses.
Down and pillage.
So yeah, there the Kyle got it. Force reaction, betrayal token.
If we're doing it
Just
all
do it
in-
all together, yeah. And you're gonna pillage, right?
Yes, sir.
And the pillage gets rid of a put to the sword. Not a character. So Kyle breathes a sigh of relief there, but it is a put to the sword, which he may have wanted.
So I take dump. You don't want to give me another mountain trick?
That's all he's going to do. So Kyle passes challenges,
I have to just
doesn't do anything, doesn't want the mountain to stand and trigger off again. So dominance goes to Sean. Kyle's still sitting at 0. Sean is now at 6 power.
I have 5 cards to 6. Mountain's a bad man.
Players playing very careful. We're at least 20 minutes into the game here, and we've only done 2 rounds. 55-minute rounds. 55-minute rounds still in the top 16. They are timed. So a copy of the Rattle Shirts Raiders gets discarded out of hand for reserve on Kyle's side on the left.
Yes, sir.
So we got Summer Harvest flipped into a Noble Cause.
So, I'm deciding first player. And I will say it's going to take a second to figure out what I want to do.
So Sean on the right gets to choose who's first player, and he's deciding that now, looking through his hand, looking what's on the board. He's going to get +2 gold on top of his opponent's 5. So he's going to take 7 gold from his plot.
I like you. You can be first.
And he's going to let Kyle go first.
I will trigger my ability to copy your
Yeah,
gold.
yeah.
I don't want to be accused of missing any steps.
That's fine. 3.
So 5 gold to marshal with, plus the possible
In my count.
Lord or Lady reduction from Noble Cause for Kyle on the left. Let's see what we can marshal out here. Plays a King's Road. His opponent doesn't have any gold to cancel it, so it's going to pop off.
Response. I don't have any gold. 4 or 5.
And a mountain is in play. Wow. All right. This is different here. So now the military strength is on the side of Kyle on the left, going first. He's going to be able to put those kind of military pressure decisions on his opponent if he chooses to
You
here.
wouldn't put me to the sword.
And has 2 gold left. Passes to his opponent. Might still have a put to the sword in hand, or at least wants to act like he does, to bait his opponent to overcommit and kneel. But he just wants to trigger that Rattle Shirts, get that Milk of the Poppy off of his Tywin. So we start catching up in the economy race here.
I count 7 gold.
7 gold to marshal with on Sean's side on the right. What's a dupe on his mountain? Oh, Battle of the Mountains here. Counting out the military strength most likely across the board to know how much he needs to put out to prevent a put to the sword at least, if not win the challenge. Does have Tyrion out there, so you can kind of count that in, hoping, but since he is going second, he can't really count it because if his opponent starts with the military, he's not going to be able to get any gold to ambush anything in. So he may have to save some gold behind if he wants to ambush in, say, a Birdman, a Hound, a Widow's Wail, or something like that to play with the challenge math. You can feel the tension in this game. Both players not wanting to give an inch to the other player. Playing very careful, very calculated in each marshalling decision.
There you go. No, you're doing stuff.
We got to consider a lot of factors.
So we got a Landsport Merchant, the Western Fiefdoms, and the Hound gets played out straight up with a buck.
You, sir, are a genius. I think.
If you're trying to make me feel uncomfortable by trash talking, it's not going to work.
Looks like 4 gold spent here. Rattle Shirts? Yep, Rattle Shirts Raiders. So trying to get more military strength on the board and saving 2 gold. Now the other thing is you could always trade blows. So sometimes I'll look at this like, if my opponent's going to get that put to the sword off, I may just let it go through. Because what can he actually hit? We have Illyrio protected. We have the mountain protected. He could hit a Hound or a Tyrion, are most likely the targets. Now, sometimes you just trade Tyrion. You just get rid of Tyrion, let him die, just so that you can hit back and maybe kill your opponent's Tywin or Mountain or Jaime. And just trade blows, because he did save 2 gold, so they both could have a put to the sword here. Or does he hope that Kyle on the left overcommits, puts so much into military, and he's still able to stop to put the sword and then come back? So he's going military all in.
24?
Pardon me?
It's for 24?
24 strength.
This was the considering.
24 strength. So he's got to defend with 20 to stop a possible put to the sword. And what does he have? He has 23. He's going to lose the military either way. Tywin's going to get rid of that Milk of the Poppy, assuming it's not treachery.
With this, does it increase the strength?
So Sean's asking in the reaction step, if the Milk of the Poppy comes off, does Tywin's strength instantly buff up from the gold remaining? And the answer is no. Once you determine challenge winner, that's when all the math is done for calculating strength on offense to defense and whether it's unopposed or not. Then you move to reaction, so the strength doesn't get modified after
I don't
that.
think so, because I think
That'd be nice.
I think our reactions happen after win or loss is determined, and at that time I think that's when.
And yeah, you just heard Kyle say that, what I just said there. So basically, once you've decided you're both done with your actions after declaring defenders, you then solidify who's the winner and by how much they won.
Be my spirit animal or whatever, and if you make the you advance here, have the Trump shirt and the Trump playmat.
I do that.
All right.
It's amazing.
I think you just cursed yourself.
Kyle's like, yeah, no, I
And
can't.
you hear James Booker on the side there, who showed up, drove up from the U.S., brought his Donald Trump mat, and he's convincing Sean if he moves on to play it on stream. And of course, Sean, our Canadian podcast buddy, says he's going to do it. So
He wins the military challenge.
we've now deported him from Canada after using that Donald Trump mat, just so you guys know. He's no longer in the country or allowed in the country.
Okay.
Because it is already, you have calculator, this is a reaction.
Yeah,
so
you're
already
Rich,
passive
our
determined, so strength
lovely
is set.
TO,
I believe you.
making the ruling there, clearing it up for Sean.
I'll oppose it by 20.
So he's going to throw 20 in there.
What happens first, force reactions or my reactions?
Force reactions.
So,
And remember, he still has 2 gold, so we could use Illyrio to stand
oh, he didn't win. That's right. So
the
reaction.
mountain and gain some gold off Tyrion and still put through a put to the sword of his own back on his opponent now.
I won by 4, right?
You won by 4.
Yeah, he did win by 4. The reaction triggers, removes the Milk of the Poppy off Tywin.
Trust me, I had to rack my brain for an hour.
Jaime should get around. So should Tywin now, actually. Now that he's lost that Milk of the Poppy, he gains his keywords back. He's got his text box again.
Claim.
So Lannister Merchant dies for claim. And we're on to keywords. So 3 renowns. Pillage.
So this is the moment of truth. Oh.
And it's a Lannister Merchant. But he already killed it, so there's not another one.
That's a pretty low.
One cost character in play to kill also.
Do you have any more actions?
And he passes over to Sean for his challenges. So I bet we're going to see an intrigue here to generate 2 more bucks. Then we'll see the mountain stand if he's got to put to the sword. We'll see the mountain go in on a challenge. Win by a 5 over Jaime,
An intrigue, stealthing, trick.
assuming there's not another Widow's Wail in hand. So there goes the gold generation. Intrigue, stealthing Jaime.
Responses.
How did it go?
No tears on the mountain. It's his unopposed power. Claim of 1 card.
Putting on for the house Baratheon today.
Pulls a Burn Man, actually. That Burn Man would have been his save against the mountain. Doing a put to the sword, and if he does not have another Burn Man, he could be in trouble, or a Hand's Judgment. Oh no. Oh no, I feel it. I feel it coming here.
Military for.
Oh, I forgot the rattle shirts is in there. So 13 strength military. Jamie's going to defend for 5. Oh, here we go. Put to the sword. No, on Tywin. Oh, I felt it coming. I knew it was coming. Sean did his math homework, and he mapped that out perfectly to be able to stop the put to the sword coming at him and still get one back on his opponent. So Tywin dies.
It was opposed. Then we go into claim.
I'm not sure if Kyle's running close call to get Tywin back from the dead pile, but
We're now in pillage.
it's gonna be a hard pill to swallow to get him back out. And a pillage gets a copy of Treachery, which is not a bad pillage at all. If it was a 6 or 7 cost character, we would have seen Kyle go down to 1 character left on the board, which would have been a seal in the deal of this game, but still not over yet. Especially if Kyle still hasn't put the sword in hand. And if he plays a wildfire to thin that board down across the board from him.
I'm trying to think if what your decision is correct. And you're,
Oh, sorry.
do you want the game to go long or short? Do you want pressure advantage?
Good point. I should let you get power by collecting power.
I think you should.
You know what? I'm
on the cusp of conceding, so that's why I'm just trying to.
No, this
double
makes
play.
sense.
Yeah,
You hear Kyle a little frustrated. He wants to. He's thinking about quitting, and Sean's just playing a long game here.
Mindset, like, choke you as much as I can.
Not really doing challenges.
I think if I'm going to win this game, it's going to take a while for me to come back.
Yeah.
And you have a kind of a threshold going, so you might as well kind of.
I agree. Thank you for the concession.
Cards in hand?
3. So you're 4.
Players throwing a little banter at each other here. Sean coming all the way down from the Ottawa area. About a 5-hour drive to get here. And for Kyle on the left is about a 1-hour drive from the west side of Toronto.
Let me think about this for a second. Sure. I have a feeling I know what's coming. Does that affect my decision?
I think if Kyle on the left is playing Wildfire, now is when he's got to do it. He's got to thin that board down. And maybe try to get through a put to the sword of his own.
Trading noble harvest.
20 minutes trading.
Noble harvest. So that just means
He's trying to predict his opponent's final plots here by looking at his own plots he's played.
confiscation.
Trying to figure if it's a standard Landing Dragon deck, what plots he would have left. Yeah, he's looking through the used plots, trying to figure out what's left. And we got Wildfire into Winter Festival.
I wasn't going to play this because I was respecting March, but I think I know enough about your plot deck that I know what's left.
You know what's funny is I almost changed it when you said Winter Festival. I'm like, no, I'll give you this. You're right. You called it. You're absolutely right.
So Kyle on the left chooses who goes first.
I'll go first.
And he's going to choose himself.
And so I think I'm going to lose this game, but what I want to talk about afterwards is plot 2. I think I fucked up. I called your bluff on not having a second milk, and I thought about choosing go first because I had Jamie and Tywin that guarantees me the income, and then my draw really pushed me over the edge. Like I was like, shit. Like,
We can talk about it after. Unless you want to concede now.
No, I'm not conceding. Let's. I'll choose these two to stay alive.
Yep, that makes sense. I will choose. Damn, dude. This actually creates an interesting question. Does he have a big military presence?
Yeah, now Sean has to decide who he's going to save from the Wildfire. 3 characters, kill the rest. Staring at 15 military across the board. And he decides to leave Illyria with the dupe, Mountain with the dupe, and Tyrion exposed there.
How do you have so much gold?
So we're at 8 power on the right to 3 on the left.
Can I have some?
Let's see what Kyle on the left can do here with the 4 gold.
You're real nice.
Definitely wants to save 2 of it for that put to the sword he has in hand. I'm sure he's got one in there.
The part that wants to win real bad says no. And the part that wins real bad controls the brain.
You know, the Hound is dead, so he is not going to be
The
jumping
kind
into
part
play.
just controls the hands. So I'll do lots of, I'm sorry.
But that doesn't mean Sean on the right is still not going to marshal in a military character to help him defend a put to the sword. But Wildling Scout could help, throw in some stealth. And then we got a milk on Tyrion. So only saving 1 gold. So maybe he does not have to put the sword in hand. Or just doesn't want to go that route. $5 gold to marshal with on the right side. Plus he's got 2 Western fiefdoms. Can't count on that Tyrion money this turn, that's for sure. Or his stealth, actually. And he does have Illyrio still in play, so he's got to think about saving 2 gold possibly for his ability.
Deuce. Yep. Deuce. Spin 4.
Ill and Pain. Marshaled in. Gonna kill the Wildling Scout.
Attacks him.
So treachery is played here.
Sorry. You get
Or Nightmares. Might play Nightmares.
Yeah, I mean, you could
I'm
discard
gonna
her now.
pass. No. I'm gonna pass. You're gonna kill me?
Yes, sir.
And nope, no Nightmares.
By all means.
The Wildling Scout is killed from Ill and Pain. Which leaves Kyle in a tough spot. If he loses a military challenge right now, he will lose either the mountain or Jamie. And you see Sean just putting 2 power tokens there on his block card to remember when the challenge phase ends. He gets that 2 power from Winter Festival. So here we go, a military challenge of
This is
15.
what scares me more than anything is that I could lose this whole game on the mountain.
I know.
Just
That's why I
folks
didn't
at home.
concede.
So Kyle on the left's betting on the mountain trigger, hoping to hit something big and juicy.
Yeah, just have a better military.
But that seems like, I don't know.
We know, you guys know from watching this channel, that mountain can swing games. I've seen it many times. I've seen it in games I've played, I've seen it in games I've watched.
I didn't want to be playing reactively, but it might have been better.
Only has 1 gold showing, so no put to the sword.
I will say,
And claim he's most likely going to use a dupe, which will expose one of those characters to a possible mountain trigger. So unopposed.
we're now village.
Claim, he's got to claim first, so Illyrio.
Calculated risk. 6 golds. He's the other 6
So
golds.
Jamie,
It's your choice on whether you trigger or not.
I ultra.
and it's going to get Ill and Pain. So Ill and Pain is killed.
Welcome to Game of Thrones.
And no treachery to cancel that,
There were the points
or
that mattered
nightmares
in
to
the
stop it, so
How many cards do you have?
this game is not over yet. Kyle on the left's up to 6 power. And on the right we have 8 right now.
The only thing I get to relish in all this is that I clear your board after this. It feels good.
Do you?
Oh yeah. I don't think you do. It's fine.
So Sean's now saying he's going to, after all this, he's still going to be able to wipe Kyle's board on the left. Kyle doesn't think so, but we will see. Shots have been called. Shots fired, shots fired.
11, 12, 13, 14.
And Kyle passes over to Sean on the right. Here we go, military. For 10. Oh, I see what's going to happen. I think he's got 2 gold there on his plot. Put to the sword.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Can we tie for gold?
And he blocks for 5 with Jamie. Still wins by 5.
So no oppose. Claim doesn't.
Oh, no reaction. No put to the sword. Looks like Jamie's going to die for claim.
He's been money for you so far. Fucking clearing my Jamie and my own.
Yeah, since Jamie is in the dead pile, he can't play a copy of Jamie. And there goes Jamie dead on the other side, though.
I will take Renowned Pillage.
And here we go, pillage.
7 cost, 7 cost, 7 cost, 7 costs.
And it's another put to the sword. 2 put to the swords pillaged off the deck.
Also good to see right now.
Craziness.
Intrigue.
And we have an intrigue challenge for 4. No Tyrion trigger. He does have Milk of the Poppy on him.
One for unopposed.
There's that unopposed gain. Claim on the intrigue is Miri. I haven't seen her this game.
Power.
And a power challenge with Tyrion. Should get
One
unopposed
goes,
and
one
claim.
unopposed. End of challenges. I will trigger.
There's his Winter Festival.
Festival.
So he's at 14 power.
Dominance. We are push, I believe.
Oh, it is only one gold save. So they tie for Dom, actually. We are going to another round here.
Mind if I take a look at your plot table?
So Sean just needs to play a high initiative plot, go first, hopefully win a power challenge.
I'm
And
at
it
14.
is over. Or win a military with some renown in it. Or something unopposed.
You gotta call it this time. What is it? You did it last time,
You're
man.
gonna play Wildfires.
On the left's calling a wildfire on the right.
Right up.
And it's confiscation,
New
so
York special.
Oh, the
trading into confiscation.
Then that
Gets
makes
rid of the
more sense.
milk off of Tyrion.
So
Gives
I'm
him his
deciding
stealth
for-
back, so that power challenge is going to be a lot easier.
Trigger yours.
It's 3 gold from
Trigger
trading.
mine. Sure. This goes to discard. And we're drawing. Good luck.
And hopefully Kyle got something here he can play out with the trading. Stop that power challenge. Stop a military. Stop an unopposed intrigue. I don't think it's going to happen. And he's going to concede. That's it. Congrats to Sean. He's going to move on to the top 8 of Canadian Nationals. Stay tuned. We got those videos coming up. And we got more from the top 16, actually. We got a couple matches recorded from that. So those will be coming up on the channel. Make sure you guys subscribe. And you can support me on patreon.com/Rob's Gaming Table by donating as little as $1 a month. Every little bit helps support the work I do here and helps make the channel better. And thank you to everyone who supported me so far. You guys are amazing. So yeah, stay tuned for more videos coming up. We got some playlists on the channel you guys can look through to see other tournament videos. Thanks a lot for watching.